I love this film. First time I watched it, I had, my mum actually told me about Spike Lee, and I just binged. It was before binging existed. I binged.
What did you start off with?
I started off with Do the Right Thing. I think my mum got me the DVD for Christmas. And I watched that and I was like, this is sick. This is so good. And then that was it. I was hooked. I was just looking for more Spike Lee films, so I went through all of them, really. Crooklyn, Jungle Fever, obviously Do the Right Thing, She's Gotta Have It. Yeah, and just went on one and was just like, this is incredible. Particularly because in terms of the kind of black British experience, or the black experience in general, there wasn't many things that I'd heard of, and this was like one of the ways in. So I was like, well, you know, it's like when you click on someone online and then there's like an attachment to other things. On like YouTube, you watch a video and then it's got all these other things on the side. Like if you listen to one bit of Funkadelic, then it's got like millions of other artists that you can follow down. So that's what I did with Spike Lee. Unfortunately, it kind of all stuck to his name.
Wow. And how old were you when you discovered Spike Lee?
I was about 16. Just coming out of secondary school. So whilst I love Spike Lee, a lot of that stuff kind of went over my head. I was like, this is so cool, but it kind of went, because it's so well done. But as I got older and more politicised, particularly as I went to drama school, and I was, some people like Fainty Balogun's here and Saffron's here as well, who I went to school with. Those are the discussions we're having. And also as an actor and as an artist, you're exploring your identity, you're exploring the factors that to be an actor is a political act, right? What we're doing is revealing aspects of society, of the human condition, to people, and allowing them to kind of allow that to percolate within people in their own day-to-day. And also because being an actor once upon a time was considered witchcraft, and that was what our teacher told us anyway. The idea is a stand to kind of continually prod at our humanity, which is what maybe perhaps wider society and the environment is kind of veering us away from. So those discussions were up all the time. Why are we doing this? What's the point? Why here? Why now? And so those questions became even more pertinent when I started rewatching Spike Lee's films and loads of other films. And also the fact that he uses musicals. His favourite musical is West Side Story, and you can see that in one of the pieces here. He just really goes for it.
Yeah, that's what we were kind of talking just earlier, that this film has a real mix of music in it. There's like a little bit of Motown, there's a little bit of hip-hop, and then there is the sort of homage to those Broadway musicals.
Absolutely. Reminds me of a thing I was doing not too long ago.
Did you see what I did there? That's
I love that. Yeah. Very good, very uncanny. Very cunning. And I literally just finished, me and Leslie and Waylon are here. We just finished Hamilton.
Yeah, last show
in London. It was the last show on Saturday, just gone. Oh my God. oh God. Yeah, I know. Don't cry, man. Don't cry.
And how long were you doing it for?
We were doing it for 2 years. 2 years,
wow.
Man. 2 years. And in that last show, I mean, it always is, but that last show was certainly a celebration. And what a perfect film to come and see, really, because the thing that I was struck by, and then these two guys are a testament to that, was what I saw in one of these pieces is it's about good and bad hair. It's a musical piece, number. And it's black bodies in a space. Dancing, amazingly dancing, classical, and all the things that I, growing up, had never experienced. My experience was kind of, how should I say, with the blinders on almost, about what it is to be a person of colour, in terms of maybe it's rap, maybe it's hip-hop, maybe it's these kind of contemporary, urban kind of experiences. But then what I saw there was something outside of that. It was a celebration of everything that people can do, and that's what I experienced when I saw and I rehearsed with Waylon and my company in Hamilton. It was the millions of other things that we're more than capable of doing, and that perhaps is not associated to our culture. And so, yeah, perfect segue to see this film after doing Hamilton, which is, again, exploring so many different aspects of the human condition. That's what Spike Lee's trying to do. He's got so many ideas. This is his second film after She's Gotta Have It. She's Gotta Have It's a much more intimate affair. And this actually has loads of intimate moments as well. But this was one of the first scripts he wrote when he came out of NYU, and it's just got so many ideas, and I love that. You can feel a guy who's on his second film. You can feel the guy who's just like, I'm trying to do everything. I want to explore and really want to
everything at it.
Yeah, and send a message and be poignant and do away with this idea of maybe we don't look at the camera, maybe we don't talk to the audience. He's like, no, we're talking to the audience. And that's what Hamilton does with The Last Question, Who Lives, Who Dies, Who Tells Your Story. In this film, it's wake up. It's wake up. And that feels like it's never, that grip or the importance of that is never lost. It hasn't been lost. And you can say for good and bad reasons, usually bad reasons. We still need to wake up. We still need to maintain staying woke, as it were, is the word that's used nowadays. And, you know, particularly as we head into elections, particularly as we see what's happening in America and across the Western world, really all around the world, is a notion of, you know, and think about environment, it's about waking up, you know, don't kind of get comfortable in what is perceived to be a perfect world, or it's meant to be as we want it to be. There's so many aspects that are not being addressed, and that's what Spike Lee certainly says with particular themes in this film.
He's so good at being that urgent voice, isn't he, Spike Lee?
Oh,
even
hugely.
From out the gate with his early work, but even, you know, now, like Black Klansman, he's still there,
still on
raging
it,
for
still at it, still got the swag as well, man.
Yeah.
He's been on for time, and he's still sharp. He's still, and I think he's doing another film at the moment now called Prince of Cats. He's been greenlit to do it.
You have done your research.
Oh, I love Spike Lee,
so
man.
impressed.
Spike Lee, if you ever watch this. Do you know what I mean? I went to drama school and studied Shakespeare for a long time. He's just constantly trying to provoke, as films should do, to provoke, to enlighten, to edify, and that's never lost. Black Klansman was an amazing film, brilliant film, great acting, great story. It's a real story, it's a true story, and the way his use of comedy is great as well. His use of comedy is great in this as well, because what they're discussing in this very scene, the musical number, I keep going to that because it's just such a standout moment. It's colorism. It's talking about colorism, but the way he does it, because he's using musical theatre, like, it's such an awkward conversation. It's an uncomfortable conversation. But using musical kind of gives it that lightness, that kind of, we're talking about this thing, we're dancing it out, and it's got that, how should I put it, elevated, heightened experience, which you don't forget about. So rather than it being kind of conversational or an argument or tears or anything like that, it kind of sings it to you. And I think Hamilton is testament to that same thing. There's a power in that, which prior to maybe even this film, I didn't really have much feeling towards. Musicals felt otherworldly, felt a bit out of reach in terms of, well, these are the realities I'm faced with, these are the realities I come home to, I go to school with. This doesn't really appeal to me. But then I saw this, and I saw obviously Hamilton and plenty of things in between. I was like, actually, there's something here. And certainly Spike Lee explores that to great effect.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us today and also speaking so beautifully about Spike Lee and Hamilton. I know you only just finished on Saturday.
Yes, indeed.
But do you have anything else in the works? What's next for you?
A long nap. A long sleep. No, well, there's plenty of things. I think one thing that I was so lucky to be a part of Hamilton. We're all so lucky to have been in that show. And at the end of the day, well, not at the end of the day, but certainly what I noticed in Hamilton was his ability to write, his insatiable appetite for writing things, for using language as a means, and Lin-Manuel's that use of language. And so for me, it's about writing. It's about telling our stories. Who lives, who dies, who tells your story? That question has stayed with me and will stay with me. And I will continue to ask myself that question. And I think everyone who sees the show will continue, and hopefully will continue to ask themselves that question. And so for me, as an artist, it has a lot of value in terms of writing, in terms of being in things, telling stories that perhaps are marginalised or not given full view or full perspective. So that's kind of what I want to do. How that manifests, well, only God knows, I guess.
Fantastic. Yeah. Well, I have a feeling that we probably will see you here again in your writing capacity at some point in the future.
Wouldn't that be lovely?
Yes.
Prince of Cats. Joking, not joking.
He's not joking. Great. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to let you grab your seat because you're watching the film tonight, and I hope everyone enjoys it. Please come back for more. We're doing musicals until the end of December. Thank you very much.